Good morning. This morning I was asked to do a video on how to draw zentangle gems. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm just going to draw the basic gem. I'm not going to do the fancy frilly stuff around it. You can do that. I just want to show you how to do the colored part. So I'm going to use my Signo Uni-ball white for the highlights, and then I'm going to use my Graphgear 500 0.9 pencil. I will be using the Strathmore artist tiles. If you watch my videos, I use this a lot. I like this paper for the gems because it lets you blend really nice. It's nice and smooth. I typically use watercolor paper, but for this I don't want to because it's got such a texture to it that if I'm teaching you how to learn how to do this as a beginner, I want you to have a much smoother piece of paper. So we're going to use this paper today. They have several different kinds. Everything I use today will be in the description. I've already drawn on the shape of the gems. I used this template that I have. It's a good one for gems because, as you can see, there's a lot of gem shaped things here and a lot of different sizes. I have sunlight coming in my window, so I have this odd shadow here from my tripod. Today I'm going to make a green. This is Prismacolor greens. I'm going to do a blue. These are my Arteza. I just want to show you how each one performs. You can use the Prismacolor with the Arteza and the Arteza with the Prismacolor. You might find some of them that don't blend together as well, but for the price, these Arteza perform exactly like these expensive Prismacolors. And then I thought it would be fun to do maybe like a rainbow. I did see this one on YouTube, so she showed what colors she used, so we're going to give it a try with her colors. These are Prismacolors. As you can see, I like really nice sharp points on my pencils. To do that, I use this little tiny pencil sharpener. Trust me when I tell you, I have tried pencil sharpener after pencil sharpener. The Prismacolor pencil sharpener does not work to sharpen the Prismacolor pencils, nor does it work for any other pencil. I bought a little blue one that I had a video on here that I gave a review on. After several uses, it stopped using. This one is by a company called KUM. It is a magnesium. I'm assuming you can get new blades for these. I haven't had to. I've had this probably, oh gosh, I don't even know. Probably bought it back in November sometime, maybe a little earlier than that, and I'm still on the same razor blade, and I get those nice sharp points. I have found with the Prismacolors, I do not know why, but when you get down, and trust me, I have used pencils that are this long, when you get down in here somewhere, the Prismacolors start breaking every single time you sharpen them. There's nothing more frustrating to me than my pencil that won't let me sharpen it. So now I have my paper darty, but we're going to go with it anyway. For me, I gotta move all these pencils out of the way. when I am picking colors, like I'm going to show you the blue because that's what I'm going to show you the example of. To get the right 4 colors, I grab as many of my blues as I can, and then I grab a scrap piece of paper and I start just coloring out colors until I find some that go together. These are the ones we're going to use today. It'll end up just like this. But you want to test your colors to make sure that they blend where that you go from dark to light without noticing. Like if you see on this one, I went from dark to light, but this light is more of a blue, and these are more of a green blue. So you want to find one that's more of a green blue. So this is how I do it. I just start with a whole bunch of pencils and I work my way down until I find 4 that go together. If you can eyeball it, that's fantastic. I know my greens do because these are my go-to. I have got 2 mason jars full of these exact colors because when I do my landscaping pictures, these are my tree colors, so I use them all the time. And like I said, these I saw a video of. I'm going to try it. Don't know how much I love these together, but it looks pretty cute. So I will put all of these colors on my description list. I do have a white just in case. I don't really like to use the white. I like to blend them out. So we're going to start with probably the green one today. You could do 5 colors and do a really dark color in whatever you're using, or just black. I like to use just my pencil. So you want these edges to be nice and dark. As you can see with my number 9 lead here, it gets like a chiseled point on it when I use it because it's super soft and it's fantastic for just this kind of thing. So you want to decide which side is going to be your dark side, which will be this side, and which side's going to be your light side. And you want your dark edge on your light side to be really skinny, so don't put too much on that side because you have a light source that's going to be coming in from that side. So this is the direction of the light source ray. So I'm actually sitting in front of a window, which helps. The light source is going to be coming from this way, so this will be your dark area, and this up here is going to be our light area. And I didn't trace my oval shape very well, so I have this little, this is a damaged gem. So down here, I want to first, before I start my colored pencil, I want to add in a little bit of shading here on this dark, and we're going to use that to blend in our pencil to get a darker, one shade darker than what the pencil actually is. So when you're shading with colored pencils, you want to go dark. You want to color dark and then lighten up on your touch and go lighter, just like you would with a pencil, because this is where you're going to go in with your color, the next color, and blend the two together. So this is our start. And we're going to go with green. Today I am using olive green. These are my Prismacolors. Olive green, moss green, lime peel, and chartreuse. And they go in that order. This moss green for me is really hard to find, and when I find somebody that has it in stock, I buy about 10 of them at a time. Now you're just going to go in here on top of your pencil with your dark green, and you want to take it, this is why you need this really fine tip. You want to take it all the way around your pencil mark. And hopefully you don't end up with a damaged gem too, like I did. But it's okay, they get chipped. So now you're just gonna go over. And right here in this area, I am giving some good pressure to this because I want that to be dark right there. And then you start letting off the pressure and lighten up a little bit. Now you have blended your pencil area. So you have a nice dark area. And now you want to add this same color lighter because that's where you're going to go over it with the next color. So you want to really lighten up on your pencil and just barely push down. And another thing to note, this is a rounded object, so when you make your pencil strokes, remember that you're making a rounded object. And you want to make sure that you have the right shape. I'm still seeing pencil right there. So if you still see a little bit of the gray color, you can go back over that with your pencil. Now we're going to use the moss color, and we're going to start down here because we're going to blend those two colors together. And you can even go over this green down here to get a little bit more of that yellow tone in there from that green. Now, I'm not pushing super hard with this one because I'm going to go back over it in a minute with another color. And you want to bring this one out. As you can see, my moss has a lot of brown to it. But I really love this one. And you want to start forming, this is going to be your light area. So you want to start forming that light area. Now we're going to use the lime peel. And you're going to go back over, I had that so sharp my point broke. You're going to go back over all of these colors with the lime peel because it really will blend all of those colors together. And that's what gives you the depth of color that you want in these gems, is to be blending it like this so that one color is underneath another color. Now you want to take this one up here and be sure you get it on the top of that other green so you have those two blended together. And now we want to add some of this actual color. You want to be getting lighter as you go. Just a small amount right here because this is going to be your light spot. And now we're going to go in with the chartreuse. And you blend all that, put it in here too. This is actually the color of your gem. This is the shadow. So you want to make sure that you have this color all down in here because that gives you that realistic . Right here I have too much of a, not quite enough blend here between those two. So just go back in just a hair, and then you can even use this one to blend that. And now it's not quite so harsh there. And I'm barely touching. And you're going to keep adding color to this, but not so much that it goes away. And you can go in here and add some white on top to blend it. I think it takes out I think the white takes away from the lightness. I think it blends that in too much. So you want to do that before. See, I have totally now blended out my white spot, my light spot, but that's okay. Now we're going to put a highlight on there. Your highlight does not go where the highlight is. The light is coming through here, and it will reflect down here. And this is where you want your, this is where you want the ting on the, you know. And that's how you do a gem. So that's our green one. And then you can go in with a pen or something, and you can make like little circles all the way around, and then make some frillies on there. However you want to decorate it, it's up to you. You can make them look like a brooch. You can add them into a bigger tangle. You can make them look however you want. So now we're going to start on the blue one. So again, this is going to be our dark section down here. So you want to get a good wide. This is probably a little known fact about me. I wear glasses. I cannot see a thing far away. The distance I'm at right this moment from this piece of paper, almost more than I can see. And I usually have my glasses off when I do my artwork, and I am very close to the paper because I can see very clearly that close, and that's how I like to draw. So we're going to go in first with I have to make sure that I have it, because don't always judge by the paint color, because this one kind of looks like it should be darker, but it is not the darker color. This is. So these are the Arteza. These are the expert ones. Two of these are going to be out of the classics. The classics are a triangle shape, and the experts are round. I bought the expert set, I bought the classic set, and I bought a metallic set, so that I would have all of the colors that they offer. That's just how I do things. I end up needing a different color, and then I don't have it if I buy just a small set, so I just end up buying all of the biggest sets that they have, and then I don't have that issue. This is Argan Blue, so we're going to start with it. We're going to go right in here on top of our pencil so that I have a darker blue than this one. Down here in the shadow. I have the window open in my studio today. It is 65 degrees and beautiful, And I hear a beautiful little dove out there singing songs to me. I love doves. So now that we have that dark, we're going to put this in and get that circle going. Be sure you come off of that dark with a little bit darker, but the color itself not mixed. And I'll add in just a little bit of this in light, so when we come in with the next one, we can blend them together. Okay, the next color is ocean blue. Remember, this has kind of a green tint to it, so you want to get that down in here where you just colored. So you want to mix. And remember, you're using 4 colors, so when you do this, you want to be sure that you are bringing these up high enough, but not too high, to be able to get your next color blends in there. Next one is going to be, this is just a classic. It doesn't give you the color, it just gives you a number. So this is the classic, and it is number A500. Turquoise blue, medium turquoise. I am kind of heavy-handed with my colored pencils because, well, I like how they blend together when you really work them like this. There are a lot of people that do it really light like this. That's okay. You're not going to get that solid color blend that you would if you give it a little pressure. You can go back over it and go back over it and go back over it. You will eventually build up to that. I want a little bit more of this here, a little bit lighter. This one, I'm not going to use the white. I'm just going to go in with this last color. I use it a lot. As you can see, I've worn off the things. It is A507. We're going to call it light turquoise, I guess. I'm not liking this really dark to this, so we're going to fix that in a minute with a pencil. I feel like I got too much pencil in this one. See, I didn't get as much there, and I got way too much here, but we'll fix it in a minute. Now this I want a little bit lighter than I have this, so we're just going to start blending it in here in a circle, and we're just going to go lighter and lighter as we go. to take my pencil and blend this out just a little bit more right here. Just right over, so you can take your graphite and go right over the top of your color just to give it a little bit darker blend right here. There we go. So add your highlight down here. Now, you could go in here with these when you're finished with them. Be careful when you do colored pencil, because as you can see, if you push that off your paper, the little flakes will actually make lines in there. I like to keep a little drafting brush and just gently brush it off, because that way you don't leave little marks all over your paper. You could come in here and add a shadow on this side, just really lightly. Add shadow here. And then take one of your blenders and go in there, very lightly blend that out. And make it look like it's actually laying on this piece of paper. Now we're going to try this color. I have not tried this rainbow gem before, so we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to not go as heavy on the pencil on the end, because these are all lighter colors. So just going to outline it. And then go here, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a shadow, because this end is going to be purple. So we're just going to add really lightly in there a shadow. Okay. So for this one we are using lavender. These are Prismacolors. You can use, they have these same colors in the Arteza. This is goldenrod, light aqua, apple green, and mulberry. So we're going to start with the lavender. And it's going to go down here. I know, yuck color, right? Lavender and gray. We're going to go back over that little bit with mulberry in a minute. So for this one, you have 5 colors. So you want to, you'll blend these upwards just a little bit less than you did the other one. Now you're going to go with the blue. come back over that with purple. So sometimes when you're blending these lighter colors, you want to switch back and forth over them to get the right blended shade. As you can see, that's got a little bit more blue into the purple. But always give yourself that little bit of light color up here for your next one to blend into. And then be sure, like especially on one like this, that you're blending your lines out. Now we're going to use the green. I feel like that blue could go up a little bit more, because your mulberry isn't going to get worked in this. It's just, it is down here, and then it's going to be the edge color. So you could really take this up a little bit more. So technically you will have 4 colors in here, but this area will have 4 colors. And then your 5th one is just your dark outline. So you can blend that a little bit more. And you could even work a little bit more of this purple here to give you that purpley turquoise color here. So you're actually going to end up with a purple turquoise, a turquoise, a green turquoise, and then like a green yellow, and then a yellow. And this is the same technique if you're using, even if you're using an oil-based colored pencil, you still want to do the same way. You still blend them. And a lot of the blending is just taking your time to make sure that you have, as you can see, I have lots of little marks all over my paper from going like this. So I want to avoid that. Just take your time when you're coloring these in and blend them. That's the important part, is the blending part, to make it realistic. I am using the colors that the lady had on her video, but I personally do not love the goldenrod. I personally would have chosen something lighter for this. I kind of like that green with that, so I'm gonna pull that up there. I think this is too, it doesn't go from, this yellow doesn't give you a light enough. End result here. And because of that, I am quickly going to find something a tad bit brighter. This is Sunshine Yellow. I don't really know if that's like the next one that blends, but eyeballing it, it looks like it. Give me a second so I can sharpen this. This is a much lighter, as you can see. I really wish I had picked that out instead of that, because I don't like this blend right here. Maybe I can add a little bit of green in there. Whoops. So I switched to sunburst yellow. It's still kind of a dark yellow, but not quite that dark. I might actually, gosh, I really don't like that. I might actually use white in this. This is not my Prismacolor white, but we're going to see if that will like, give me a lighter. Okay, so if you can see that, this is important why we keep the little dust wiped off, because I have picked up little tiny pieces of green and they have gone into the yellow. So I don't love this one. It's got a weird blend to it. So I'm going to blend it backwards. By that I just mean I'm going to take the last color and go over the areas. And now we're going to wipe it off again and use the mulberry here. good color to pick for shadows, but well, yeah, I don't love that one, but I guess it's okay. This is my favorite. This is my next favorite. This is my least favorite. I want to see if I can blend this just a little bit with this white, but not too much. So if you use your white very, very lightly, it will work kind of as a blender. And it can take out that grainy effect. Now, if you want to go in and add the cracks, you can either do that with a pencil when you're finished, or you can use a really fine fine liner, but you need to find one that will write on top of your waxy. Can you see that little crack right there? Let me zoom in. And there is how you do them. You don't really need the cracks in the dark part. You could start from the dark part and just kind of make them come out. It's hard to get anything to write on these things. I don't really want to use my I'm trying to find a little skinny pin over here that I can do one of those with that I don't mess up. Let's try one of these. This is my Signo Uni-ball DX. I always use a scrap piece of paper to make sure it's working before I go in. I don't think these write on the wax very good either. So if you wanted a darker, you could find a little fine liner or something and put some little darker cracks in there, but I kind of like it with a pencil. If you have a good one if you get a good fine liner, when you start the process, you could, I think you can add that in there before. Honestly, I don't know, so I'm going to just play for a minute here. Now I can use my really, really fine point 03 fine liner and go in here and add some little cracks to it really lightly. I'm using this one because it doesn't smudge off when you are using it. And so then if you were going in here and coloring over it, then you would get those cracks in there underneath it like this. And they would eventually just not be so strong. And that's how you can make the cracks in there. So you can either do really, really light ones with a pencil, or you can go in first and do them like that. That I don't like, so I just ruined that one, but that's okay. I kind of am looking at the video. I like it with the pencil in there, so that's probably what I would use. That's what I would suggest. This one is way too strong, and I feel like that one is even even underneath of it. I don't know if the pencil would work under it and then go over it. I mean, I'm willing to try that for you and see if that method works. So you can do the pencil underneath, and there again, it's going to be really dark. So this is the way I would go if I was doing the little cracks, and that was just right on top. So that's how you do the gems. I hope this video helped. I probably will never do that one again, and I probably would do that one a bunch of times. So I hope it helped. I hope you now understand how to blend colored pencils. I hope you know how to make the gems, and I hope that helped you learn how to use your scrap paper and learn how to mix before you start. So have fun coloring. I can't wait to see what everybody does.